Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Legoland Germany and the factory store specifically. There were so many comments and questions, so thank you very much. Here, I would like to answer a couple of questions while we take a look at this footage. This is actually newer footage from end of summer 2022. The Legoland is gonna reopen on March 25th of 2023, so we will be there, of course, at the opening weekend and show you a detailed look of what they have in stock. Right now, this store concept seems to be pretty unique worldwide. It is said that they have a similar store at the Legoland Billund in Denmark, but there the prices are much higher. So we know people that come from America and have this store as their highlight of the complete journey. So a lot of people seem to be coming, and we come there every time we can, around like once every 2 or 3 weeks. It's also like a 4-hour drive from where we live, but it's worth it all the time. So first of all, your visit is never gonna be the same 2 times in a row. First of all, you see it in the images. This day was a lot busier than the day of the last video. So there were a lot more people in there. And also the assortment of bricks changes every single time. There are no specific details when it comes to when they get what. We've talked to a couple of employees of the Legoland, and they did not tell us when they get new bricks or pieces there. It's just as long as supplies last, I would say. Very often they had similar parts than the visit before, but sometimes also they had like completely different pieces. What we would encourage you to do is, because also a lot of people seem to be complaining about the prices, like $9.99 per 100 grams, and by far this is not cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, please remind yourselves, 100 grams for $9.99 is insane. But the thing is, if you do it in a clever way, and if you pick the right pieces, it's like a blowout sale, and you will never see these prices anywhere else in the world, I can tell you. So it's a bit of a work that you have to do in advance, but I would just, as a tip, tell you to like plan your visit accordingly. I don't know what's going on with my gimbal here. It was relatively new when we did this video, so it's not that it's a bit more stable, the camera today, but it was a bit of a hassle because of that many people. So have this video, look at this video as an inspiration, right? Look at it, look at all the parts that you see there, and there is no guarantee that all the parts will be there, especially as we're approaching a new season with 2023, and nobody exactly knows what types of pieces will be there. And then if you have selected some pieces that you want, you can then check the weight and the prices of these pieces against Bricklink. You just type in the brick number, and then one of the first bits and pieces of info that Bricklink will show you is the weight of the piece, and then you can like calculate that against the $9.99 per 100 grams. We avoid like 80% of the pieces that are in there, more probably even, but there are some pieces that are really a steal. Like right now I'm filming onto the printed parts, right? So they're around, I don't know, 7 to 10 pieces depending on the size. 7 to 10 cents, sorry. This is like 1/10 of what these pieces sometimes cost you at Bricklink or Lego Bricks and Pieces. So the prices are in relation to what they ask for on other websites or on lego.com directly. They are insanely cheap, also for these 2x2 like beehive printed tiles. And I really don't know what was going on with the camera. By the way, this is Rita. She's always looking for special parts, and sometimes also, of course, out of spontaneity, picking parts that were not on our list. And I would also encourage you to do that, because if you are there and if you see a piece that you like, of course, go ahead and take it and buy it. Otherwise, you have to include and add shipping costs and handling costs. So it's probably a lot more expensive to go with Bricklink than just picking a couple of parts here that you need. And they have really exceptionally cool parts here. So like these leaf parts, the set number, the part number is X8, which come in pre-packed bags. So you have 50 of these leaves, and they cost $4.99. And also, because the question was asked, some of the larger pieces like these animals, also roller coaster tracks, train tracks, boat hulls, they have individual prices. So you have to, unfortunately, it's a little bit difficult to film everything because there's always a lot going on in the factory store. And I also do not want to distract other people from like me filming there everything. And everybody should have a great shopping experience. But like a lion here is $6.99. They only appeared in the Animal Wildlife Rescue City sets from 2 years ago, I believe. So check if that's a steal for you, if that's a price that you're willing to pay. Usually it's the same as in the pick-a-brick wall, where you buy pieces by their size. Here you buy them by weight, most of them. So the lighter the part is, like this flower stem here, the cheaper it is for you. So go for the smaller parts, go for the lighter parts. These are usually the better ones. Also, the 1.1 by 1 tiles like this one, they usually come down to around a cent a piece. And like these log tiles, they're usually more expensive. They also have, like Rita's always in search for sets. They also sell sets there, but we'll have a video on the other shopping facilities at the Legoland in the near future. We are currently preparing and planning everything behind the scene. What we would encourage you to go for is, of course, if you're a city builder, they have a lot of botanical elements like leaves, like flowers, palm leaves. They are usually quite expensive out in the wilderness, so go for them. They are, like I said, most of the time a tenth or like a seventh of the price of Bricklink. And also go for the printed parts. They have quite some there. Also ones from newer sets. Like last year they had quite some parts from the 2022 series, I suppose. So probably they're gonna have new pieces there when they finally open in late March. And like this, just let me check. This is a footage from end of August 2022. And as you can see, if you watch the other video, the parts are different, right? They also have like these newer tiles, 2x6 here. It's the cheaper route to go with the smaller ones, like the 1x3 or even 1x2s, if they have them. But like these tiles and these also transparent elements, like water transparent blue tiles, as Rita would like to call them, are usually quite expensive. Concerning the 100 grams limit per part type, they're usually quite strict about that nowadays. So you're asked to put every single part type into one individual yellow bag. Yes, that's very good for the environment, but it makes it, of course, a lot easier for them to weigh and to check the parts. And you are allowed to pick, like this is the green label here on most of these boxes, you're allowed to take 100 grams of like one bin or one part type per person. So we would encourage you, of course, to come with friends, to come with your family, because then you're allowed to pick much more. We also know people, of course, that grab 100 grams per person, then go out to the car, put the pieces in the trunk and come back 10 minutes later. But that's not the route we go usually. Also because we have the annual pass, and with that you can like get a 25% discount voucher for one entire purchase. So we usually collect the pieces and tiles and everything that we need and make one big purchase, and then like put the 25% voucher coupon like to have a bargain there. So that was basically all I wanted to tell you here. I hope like it's always a bit difficult to film inside there because of all the people and all the boxes, and the camera sometimes has having a hard time focusing on everything. They also have loads of Technic parts. We are not Technic builders, unfortunately, so we cannot tell you that much about the Technic parts. But they used to have even more in the past. Here Rita is showing the very rare 2x2 round bricks with these riffles, or I don't know how they are called in English even, which we use for the trees. They have loads of these masonry bricks, like these wall bricks in all the colors, 1x2 and 1x4. So a lot of rare parts. They also had these in white, which only appeared in the what is the set called? Queer Eye, I believe. The house or the apartment set from the TV series. And they also, and we're gonna give you an insight into that as well. They used to have minifigs at this store as well, but now they're in a different store. So they have like the same concept for building minifigs as well, which is insane. And we always, like, when Rita is in there, we always like go out with at least 50 minifigs for our city, with cool torsi and with cool legs and hair accessory pieces and so on and so forth. So I would definitely encourage you to check that video out as soon as it goes online. Once again, the factory store at the Legoland is just exceptional. We always go there when we're there, sometimes even twice. It's our highlight of the Legoland Germany. And because a lot of people have asked, we're trying to, of course, convince the people at Legoland, the employees, to open up a store like this one in America, in England, and so on and so forth. But for now, right, try to make it to Germany, try to make it to Günzburg and visit the Legoland. You have to buy a park ticket, but you can get your admission off if you're out of the park within 45 minutes. But that's simply not possible. Like, we usually spend between 1.5 and 2 hours in there.